Good evening and welcome to Up South, the show that gets you stories from the heart of South India every evening at 6:30 p.m. with me, T.S. Sudhir. This story is about an SOS, a desperate cry for help from a mother and a daughter. The mother is stuck in Kuwait in hiding while the daughter is back home in Kerala. India Today met the Chief Minister of Kerala, Chandi, to try for some help for the mother and daughter because the mother is hiding in Kuwait, cannot come back to Kerala to meet her daughter. But perhaps this will also need the intervention of the Ministry of External Affairs. Raichur Rajivan sent us this report from Thiruvananthapuram.
The desperate plea of 12-year-old Sri Kuti to the Chief Minister of Kerala. Her mother Sanita is stuck in Kuwait, unable to return home. Sanita, who went to Kuwait in 2012, ran away from her sponsor's house after they refused to let her return and allegedly tortured her. Sanita spoke to India Today over the phone from her hiding place in Kuwait.
Sanita handed over her documents to the Indian embassy in good faith, but reportedly they returned it to the sponsor, who then filed a theft case against her. Sanita says that the case against her is false and that she continues to be in hiding, waiting for the Indian embassy to have mercy on her and send her back to India.
India Today met Chief Minister Chandi to seek his help in reuniting Sanita with her daughter.
We will inform today itself to the Malayali organizations. From them, I want to know a first-hand information, what is happening there. Then I will contact the embassy and we will make every arrangements to for her return.
With Raichur Rajivan in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now on the phone line from Thiruvananthapuram is my colleague Raichur Rajivan, who reported on that story. Raichur, you interacted with Sanita over phone. Explain for the benefit of our viewers the condition that she is in Kuwait. Obviously, she isn't very safe out there.
Well, yes, Sudhir, she sounded extremely helpless because she does not have a valid civil ID or any valid documents to stay in Kuwait right now. If she is seen outside in public, she could be jailed, and she does not know whom to contact or where to go, and whom she can approach to actually seek help and return home. She also told me over the phone that when she falls ill and when she's sick, she cannot even go to the hospital because she cannot go outside the place where she has taken shelter. And also, people who are giving her shelter is also scared because if they are found giving shelter to a person without a valid civil ID, even they will be in trouble. So, Sanita is having difficulty in finding a place to actually hide safely. Also, is unable to do anything about her situation, right. Seek help from, and do not know whom to really reach out to seek help.
Right. Raichur, now India Today has been following up with this story. You met the Chief Minister Chandi, who has promised to help Sanita and her daughter Sri Kuti. What is likely to happen from now on? How does the Ministry of External Affairs also come into the picture?
The minister's office has reached out to the family, Sanita's daughter, in fact, and Sanita's relatives in Kerala. And also because the family cannot contact Sanita, is in hiding, and only when she finds time or finds an internet facility, she is able to contact her family. So minister's office has asked Sanita also to call the minister's office and tell them what actually happened. So on Sunday, coming Sunday, the relatives have been asked to meet the Chief Minister and explain to him what exactly happened and what help they need from the side of the government.
Right.
And also Sanita's aunt, who is in Kuwait, was also flying down to Kerala with a fresh complaint from Sanita to the Chief Minister. So once the Chief Minister meets the relatives and listens to Sanita's aunt, who has met her in Kuwait, the Chief Minister will reach out to the Malayali associations and the embassy officials in Kuwait and help her return.
Right, Revati, keep tracking that story. We will continue to focus on this story here on Up South on India Today on what really happens to Sanita and whether she is brought back to India at the earliest. Now, the Minorities Commission of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh is extremely unhappy with the manner in which the Telangana Police and the Special Investigation Team, which was formed to probe into the encounter in Aler in Nalgonda district on the 7th of April, in which 5 handcuffed under trials were killed by 17 armed policemen when they were being taken from the Warangal prison to a court in Hyderabad, because they believe that they are not getting any answers to 2 questionnaires which have been sent by the Minorities Commission to the Special Investigation Team. The under trials were alleged terror operatives, and as I said, they were being taken to a court in Hyderabad and they were killed midway. But the police has been claiming that they were trying to escape, at which point of time the police fired at them.
It is the responsibility of the government of the day to satisfy the people who are asking questions, especially the families of the persons who have died. They were under trials, they were not convicted.
And prima facie, there are lots of holes in the police theory.
Yes. The photos which are available with the commission, the questions which we have fixed up, definitely point to a lot of discrepancies from one angle to another angle, which it is the responsibility of the police and the government to answer so that there is satisfaction to the people who have.
So since there were 17 armed policemen, escort policemen, 5 handcuffed under trials, and given the circumstantial evidence, prima facie, it did look to be a fake encounter.
Basically, the versions put out and the photos put out by the police and the media show a lot of difference between each other. At one place we see a photo of different angle, different positioning, and the other place we see a different positioning, and then how the
positioning of the arm and the rifle
and the prisoners who died, their positions have also changed in photograph to photograph. So we are worried that how these photographs were taken, who have taken it, whether officially the police have taken it or they have allowed others to come and take it. If they have allowed others to come and take it, it is not right. If the police have taken it, there should be no discrepancies.
Yesterday we reported on Up South from Raichur in Karnataka on the condition of a 26-year-old girl who was kept with her hands tied for the last 9 years by her own elderly parents because she was said to be mentally ill and prone to violence ever since she saw her brother dying because of brain tumor. Today, the Raichur administration, reacting to the story on India Today, reached out to her parents and offered to help get her medical help. So, in more likelihood, she's likely to be shifted to a Dharwad hospital or Nimhans in Bengaluru. And her parents are hoping their daughter will be cured finally. Joining me now from Bengaluru is Pratibha Raman, who has been tracking that story. Pratibha, extremely glad that the administration in Raichur reacted to the story and reached out to the girl and the family. Now, what's the plan as far as her treatment is concerned?
Today, now that the district administration as well as the health officer there have visited the house, met with the parents, also seen the condition in which the girl was living in for the last 9 years. So this sort of a background information would really be helpful, because what we learned from the parents is that the girl went into this state of mind, especially after seeing her brother's death, and also that she turned violent after a couple of months. So this kind of information would prove to be useful, especially when the doctors treat her, because the first step would be to do a psychological analysis of her, a mapping of her mental condition. That would be the first step. Right now, they have got the consent from the parents. The next step would be to take her to the court, and with the court's consent, they would be taking her to the respective hospital. What we understand is that it would be either the Dharwad hospital or the Nimans hospital in Bangalore, but they would be waiting for the Karnataka government's support and financial aid, depending on which they would be making their decision soon after. But what we learned from the medical experts is that her condition could be curable, but then anything can be said only after a psychological analysis as well as a brain mapping that they would be doing with the first step. Sudhir.
Right, Pratibha Raman, thanks a lot for joining us there with all the details from Bengaluru. News now from Andhra Pradesh. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi was in Anantapur today meeting families of farmers who had committed suicide. He also offered monetary help to some of the families, and he also addressed a public meeting and spoke to reporters where he lashed out at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying that he should speak out just like he used to do during the election rallies before he became Prime Minister. He also said that Modi should tell his ministers to visit the families of farmers, particularly the Agriculture Minister, who spoke about reasons why farmers commit suicide. Let's listen in to what Rahul Gandhi said in Anantapur today.
Some time back, the government of India decided to change our land bill. The crux of the land bill, the bill that we put through Parliament, was that farmers should be asked their permission before the land is taken away from them. The bill ensures politicians and their big businessmen friends could not just go and take land away from farmers. When Mr. Modi came to power, he came to power on the back of the people who wanted to change the land bill. The unwritten promise, the promise that the Prime Minister did not tell India about, was that he had told his friends that he will take the land away from the farmers.
Right, let's cut across live to Puttaparthi in Andhra Pradesh, where Deputy Editor Rohini Swamy joins us live. Rohini, yesterday on Upsad, you were live with farmers from Anantapur, eager to share their problems with Rahul Gandhi. Now, you spent the day today tracking Rahul Gandhi's padayatra, 10-kilometer long padayatra. What's the sense you got? Was there a connect, or was it just Rahul Gandhi's day out in the dry fields of Anantapur?
Well, it definitely looked like Rahul Gandhi's day out in the dry fields of Anantapur, because he did try to connect, but yes, there were a lot of people who had gathered there, had come there to see Rahul Gandhi, and also Chiranjeevi, who was accompanying him over there. But the point is the fact that he is trying to establish this connect in Anantapur district, trying to reach out to people. He was also trying to speak to the farmers of families of those farmers who committed suicide. He visited one of those houses, but interestingly, we saw a development in one of those houses where he did go to, that is Harinath Reddy's house that he visited. He visited Harinath Reddy's mother. Harinath Reddy had committed suicide because of crop failure, but his wife was there. He presented a check of 50,000 rupees, but the wife left soon after the whole Rahul Gandhi visit, and she went off to her place.
Right.
So, and when we went back there to speak to the family, what they told us was that they're hoping that politicians, be it Rahul Gandhi or anybody, come there and make a difference. They still have a loan, they still have a debt. So the point is, the connect lies in the fact and not about providing checks, but the connect lies in possibly doing something which actually sees results on the field where they are not debt-ridden anymore.
Right, absolutely. In fact, sometime later this month or next month, Rahul Gandhi is also expected to visit Karnataka, where there are a lot of farmers' suicides taking place in the sugar belt of Mandya. Rohini Swamy, thanks a lot for joining us there live from Puttaparthi in Andhra Pradesh. The oldest hospital in Hyderabad, built on the banks of River Musi, the 105-year-old Osmania hospital, is soon set to be history. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao has decided that the crumbling structure is unsafe for patients and the doctors and the nurses who work at the hospital. The hospital is a heritage structure built by the Nizam of Hyderabad in 1910. So KCR has decided that lives cannot be put to risk for the sake of heritage, and patients will be shifted out within a week, and construction will start once the hospital is deleted from the list of heritage structures.
కారణాలు ఏమైనప్పటికీ ఇప్పుడు చాలా దుర్భరమైన పరిస్థితిలో ఉంది. అసలు ఏ క్షణంలో ఎప్పుడు కూలిపోతుందో తెలియనటువంటి ఒక భయోత్పాదమైన పరిస్థితి ఉంది. అనేక సందర్భాలలో ఆ సెకండ్ ఫ్లోర్లో కానీ థర్డ్ ఫ్లోర్లో కానీ ఆ బెంచులు ఊడిపడడం, డాక్టర్ల తలలు పగలటం, పేషెంట్ల మీద పడటం, అవన్నీ కూడా జరిగినాయి. ఈ మధ్యన హెల్త్ మినిస్టర్ గారు నాతో ఆ హాస్పిటల్ గురించి సత్వరం నిర్ణయం చేయకపోతే పెద్ద ప్రమాదం జరిగేటువంటి అవకాశం ఉంది. సంథింగ్ మే గో రాంగ్, అది మనకు చాలా బాధపడతాం. కొన్ని వందల మంది ప్రాణాలు పోయే పరిస్థితి ఉంటుంది, అపాయమైన పరిస్థితి అని చెప్పడం జరిగింది.
Despite the condition of that Osmania hospital, there's also a lot of sentimental connect with that old heritage structure. And finally, meet India's youngest chartered accountant. He's only 19 years of age, but this man has been a child prodigy for a long time. In fact, he authored books when he was just 10 years old, and he started a company at the age of 15. And he's also got 2 Guinness Book of World Records entries in his name.
For most students, maths is the subject to dread. But Nishchal Narayanam has a way with numbers, and he started early, correcting mistakes in his father's company balance sheets when he was just 9 years old.
I was just out of curiosity, I was going through my financial statements of my father, and I identified a mathematical calculation error in my father's balance sheet. They were all shocked. My mom and dad were really thrilled, like how is it possible to sum up a 6-digit and a 6-digit figure and for a 9-year-old. I was always interested in math and commerce since my childhood. Maybe being grown up in a business family, I was always inclined to that stream.
Having spotted his potential, Nishchal was trained in Vedic math. The effort paid off. Nishchal is now India's youngest chartered accountant at 19. But there is a twist in the tale. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India needs its members to be at least 21 years of age. So Nishchal will have to wait before he can formally find his name on a company balance sheet.
I've always believed in effective studying. I just used to study like one day before the exam effectively, and I used to top. So because I was always busy with my other activities, I really didn't get time to go to the school regularly. And even if I used to go, all my notes were incomplete. So just before the exam, I used to sit properly and study, and I used to crack it.
At the age of 10, Nishchal became the world memory champion among kids and also authored several books on math and developed a maths lab as well. At 15, he had his own company. The holder of 2 Guinness World Records, the second one is for memorizing 132 digits in just a minute. This young man from Hyderabad knows just how to punch the right numbers. With T.S. Sudhir in Hyderabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
All I can say is that I have absolutely nothing in common with Nishchal Narayanam because I really wasn't good at mathematics. That's it then on Up South this Friday evening. News and updates will continue on India Today. Thanks for watching.